Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Mightiest Customs, and for this review, we are looking at a pair of figures that definitely just released for the first time recently, not a long time ago, but I never got it, so we're reviewing it now. That's not what's happening, for sure. It's a two-pack I wanted to review because I know a lot of people are interested in completing the Avengers and Ant-Man and Wasp and all of that. It's like you kind of need these guys if you're filling out certain teams, so I thought it would be good to review it. And there's actually some stuff on here, went Sean Connery there for a minute. There's some stuff on this set that is actually really nice, but also some stuff on this set that's really bad, and I wanted to make sure you guys had all the information you needed if you are like me and didn't get it before. And wanted to track. They're still going, and wanted to track it down. So, are they still gonna go? They're going. I'm gonna let it go. They're gonna go around apparently forever. All right, so yeah, let's get them off the stand and take a closer. They're still going. Take a closer look. All right, before we look at the figures, I do want to show you my package. I really like this packaging. It is the old style with the curved edges, which makes it the most annoying thing to store if you are keeping these guys in the package. So that does suck, but it does look really nice. The blue background with the images in there, the white trim, very nice. The red and blue. It's just a very, very good looking package. The artwork here that isn't exactly the same as the figures, but close enough, I guess. Same thing on that side, and then back here again, not exactly the same thing as the figure, but for that guy, obviously, because these guys aren't here. Anyway, it's a good looking package. If you're into keeping your figures in the package, you could do a whole lot worse. They look nice in the package, for sure. Better than probably out of the package is my opinion. All right, this guy stands. This might be available at Big Bad Toy Store, by the way. I'll put a link in the description below, just in case. If it might be going in and out of stock. This guy stands just about 6 and a quarter to his head, and then a little bit more for his hair. That's going to make him roughly 16 centimeters plus a couple millimeters for his hair again, and for her, she loves to lean back. She's about, let's say, 6 inches-ish to the top of her head, and then her cone head goes up to just over 6.5. And that's going to make her, we'll say 15.5 to her head, and then almost 16.5 probably for her cone head. So there you go. She's a little bit shorter than him. And I'll tell you what, she's the standout of this set, and it's unfortunate because she does also have a fair share of issues, but he is kind of a giant stinker. Let's see how they look up against Darwin. As you would expect, they look like other Marvel Legends up against Darwin. Okay, let's start talking about him first. Getting into the aesthetic, but first a question of the day. Is this a two-pack you guys are for or against? These two may be the most reasonable two-pack I've ever seen. These two go together like peanut butter and peanut butter and jelly. It's a good two-pack, I think, in terms of character selection. And I don't think we got him standalone like this before, and we definitely didn't get her like that standalone before, so I think this is a perfectly valid way to do a two-pack for Hasbro to make a few extra bucks, and I think people are going to get what they want, generally, other than the fact that the figures inside are still Marvel Legends. So that's the question today. Let me know what you think. Let's talk about this guy. First, he has a soft goods lab coat, which I still think it's super funny that he can fight crime and villains and everything in his costume, but he needs a lab coat over it just in case something spills on him in the lab. Funny, but anyway, it's fine. It's a soft goods lab coat. There's no wiring or anything, and so it looks like crap, generally speaking. But if you're into really average, crappy lab coats for Marvel Legends that don't look very good, then hey, this is for you. If it's not, then it's probably not something you're going to like. He's on this body, which is not the good body that Marvel Legends have, which is way overused at this point. His paint job is really not very good. So we have a bad sculpt and bad paint. Mine is, of course, mispainted up here, but even then, we just have the V. These are molded parts. The painted parts down here really are rough. Can we focus? Yeah, that's not good. The reds don't match at all, and there's a ton of blue poking through, so that's not great. Let's see if it looks any better. Let's just dispense with the soft goods. Oh, I forgot we have to take the hands off. Let's get rid of the jacket. How many of you are using the jacket? Let me know. Question of the day. How many of you are using the jacket? Does that add a lot of value for you? Because for me, it adds 0 value. Okay, so up here they painted the blue instead of the red, which is the way to do it. Painting red sucks. Painting blue is super easy, and you can see here how much better that looks. They couldn't do it down here because of the joints. It would have looked bad down there, but this looks so much nicer. So much nicer. All right, and then let's talk about gosh, these figures are so goofy looking. How can you be a comic book fan and think this looks good? Guys, please, please, please start being more judgmental when you're spending your money on these little hunks of plastic that you most definitely do not need. Look at how goofy that looks. It almost looks like they're what's the word? Punking. They're punking us at this point. It really couldn't look much goofier. This looks like a toddler's drawing of Ant-Man. That's nuts to me. But let's look at the head. I don't like it. It's technically well sculpted and well painted for what it is, but I don't like the way it looks. You're going to say, if you're one of my many fans, I say sarcastically, well, of course you don't like it. But they have done plenty of head sculpts that I like a whole bunch. This being one of them. This being one of the best ones they've ever done. This being, like, kind of weird looking. I think it's weird looking. Even though it's a technically good sculpt, it doesn't look like what I want it to look like. And mostly, the problem is that this hyper-realistic head sculpt, at least relatively hyper-realistic, sub-hyper-realistic head sculpt, is paired with this gangly, goofy-ass Gumby body. I just don't. I don't get it at this point. But the shading in the hair is nice, and like I said, the sculpt and paint is technically nice on the face, so he's a very crappy figure other than a few small details. Now this one, on the other hand, we still have these pearly wings that we've seen before, but those are, I mean, that's nice. That's going to be perfectly sufficient. She has the naked legs with some painted on boots. They look okay. The gloves and the outfit look decent. They look pretty darn good. It's a nice matte finish. I think that looks good. The only real issue I have, there are two, not just one. One would be the way they squished her boobs into the middle, and they actually look like socks filled with sand hanging over her, like around her neck and hanging down the front because of the way they are sculpted. That's pretty weird looking. And then also we have this insert piece, this black piece. It's not painted. The red is molded, the black is molded. It's inserted, and it should be set below the red, but it's not. At best, it's set at the same height, but it's sticking up in some places, and so that looks really bad. That's unfortunate. But while we're here, let's look at the face, which is arguably one of the absolute best female faces they have ever done. It is very, very well done. It looks great. The paint is good. The sculpt is good. Her cone head is cone heady. Even this part's a little messed up. Does that rotate? I'll check in a second. Her little antennae, they move. They move. Is that intentional? That's awesome. Why is it out of focus? My finger was in the way. These move. That's awesome. That's really, really good. If that's not intentional, then they're lucky. I'm sure it was, though, because they do it too effectively. But yeah, that's great. Let me see if I can rotate the mouthpiece around. I can't. I can. It goes. That's nice. What the heck, Hasbro? This figure here has better attention to detail and care put into it just in the head alone than most whole waves of Marvel Legends. Normally we don't get stuff like this. We don't get a mouthpiece that can rotate up and down. We don't get little moving antennae. We don't get a face that looks this good. That's nice. Like, yeah, technically I guess you could have custom paint work on there where it has like more blush or something, but this is about as nice as you're gonna get reasonably. Even the eyes are excellent. So yeah, I am absolutely thrilled with her head sculpt. Her body though, yeah, they made her chest look really weird. It's like they took everything else from an adult and took like a little kid body on there and then added boobs to it. It's just a really weird looking torso. But the rest of the figure looks really nice, and that head is gorgeous. And this figure looks like some kind of Cro-Magnon. I don't know. So aesthetically, he's an overall pile of garbage. And she's decent. I'll go, unfortunately, 7 out of 10, I guess, for Marvel Legends for the aesthetic on this 2-pack. She's doing a lot of heavy lifting, and he is just trying to pull her down. Now, as far as accessories go, you do get the masked head for Ant-Man, which is obviously the right call. Mine has some glue on his forehead and a giant fat lip on the bottom, and his super sunken-in eyes. But it's still better than the unmasked head. And then she has the unmasked head, which is equally awesome. I don't think the hair has any shading in it, but the rest of it looks really, really good. I'm telling you, some of the best work Hasbro's put out in these head sculpts for her. They both have an extra set of hands. We get the little ship, we get the little doodad, and we get the 2 flasks, which are just, it's so lazy. Like Okay, at least the triangle one kind of looks like there's liquid in it if you don't look at the bottom, but the round one has just a cylinder stuck up the bottom of it, which is just goofy. Like, they don't even try. They don't try at all. So accessory-wise, I'll go 5 out of 10. It's the absolute bare minimum, really, because what good are those other accessories besides the hands and heads? So yeah, that's it. Okay, let's talk about the articulation. This thing we've seen before a million times. It's the Sunfire body. It works like the Sunfire body. I mean, it's the pinless version, but still it's the same thing. Except his legs are totally seized up. That one's not. That one moved finally. This one's not. This one's going to shear right off because the plastic is so gummy. So yeah, still, look at that. Pretty gummy. It's not the worst thing we've seen, but this is not a quality collectible in any sense of the word. This one, on the other hand, let's see how she is. Her wings pin into her back. They work relatively well. We have the main hinge, and then we have the little hinge down here. So those work pretty nicely. The head, yeah, it's on a double ball peg. It just wiggles around at the top. You're not really doing much, but it'll be fine, I guess. Like, they definitely should have more. Hasbro has not bothered to make good neck joints in a really long time. And it's just acceptable. These are hard plastic. I mean, it's PVC, but it's hard. So the arms are going to go out to the side just fine, but going forward, that's all you're going to get. So it is fairly limited there. You do get the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Those will work nicely. And then for the wrist, you have your swivel and a hinge. These are overlay pieces, so they're not even painted. And then the torso, it's like they just decided, we're not doing articulation anymore. We're going to cut back on that too. It's basically no articulation for the torso. It's a ball peg that rotates and has the tiniest bit of lean, but that's it. So not only is it a bad sculpt, it doesn't articulate well. The skirt piece, there's no cut in it or anything, so it's going to have some limitations. You can go out to the side pretty far. Going forward, that's it. Going back, that's it. I mean, it's a short skirt, so it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it is a thing. Thigh swivel's fine. Double jointed knees work no problem. And then for the ankles, they go all the way back, all the way forward. A little bit loose. Ankle rocker is okay. So she's average. She's fine. So she gets a 7. He gets a 5. And let's do a final rating for this 2-pack. Is this a good 2-pack to buy? Let me try to make this easier or fairer. I'll give him a little bit of extra, a little nudge there out of the starting gate. Wow. Can't even get the head on. It doesn't really help. He is just such a gangly, goofy-looking figure. Holy crap, it's like his shoulders are trying to get away from his head. Okay, so what... Man, okay, for this 2-pack, this should have been a great 2-pack for them, but instead they made maybe like the worst Ant-Man figure ever. And she's actually pretty solid for Marvel Legends standards, despite all the flaws. I could easily put her on the shelf and she would at least look better than most Marvel Legends. This guy actually looks worse than even some of the bad ones. That giant gangly body, or giant head on a gangly body, it's terrible. He's making the... I'm going to say, if you're not going to sell him off, this 2-pack sucks. He's that bad. I'm going to go 5 out of 10 overall for the 2-pack because this figure is such a pile of garbage. This one is significantly better, and one of the better looking Marvel Legends despite her shortcomings. This guy is just everything wrong with Marvel Legends all piled into one, and he has a trigger finger hand. So yeah, that's my take. 5 out of 10 overall. What should have been a home run for them. Like, it's not exactly hard to make an Ant-Man figure even, and they still couldn't. Such a shame. Should have been a home run. Absolute strikeout. Almost. I guess, well, you could call it like a hit batter. What's it called when you get hit by a pitch? Hit by pitch, I guess. Whatever. That's it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but I'll be done there. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos just about every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.